things that we like to tease Cory about is how much he is a creature of habit and how he brings the same lunches every day of the week. Monday lunch is always the same lunch. I believe it's some ground beef salsa mixture that he makes. He always gets his coffee at 3 o'clock. He stands in the same place. He has his little spot on the bookcase, which he pointed out the other week is actually worn down. It's like smoothed and hollowed out where he's been standing on it for 10 years. If you stand at the further end of the bookcase, it's very sharp and uncomfortable. But if you stand right where Cory has been standing for 10 years, it's nice and smooth.
I like Cory's sense of humor the best. He's very, it's a very dry and or wry humor that is very sarcastic and makes people give him looks such as this.
I guess my favorite thing about working with Cory is his dry, snarky sarcasm and his total willingness to just take a joke and keep going until the kids just aren't even sure anymore. Is it a joke? Is it real? We don't know. Maybe we really are closing forever. Maybe we really are open at dawn. Maybe we live here. Nobody ever knows exactly what's going on when Cory's talking to them. And it's so much fun to try to deadpan with him and see how far we can convince anyone of anything.
Well, the thing I'll miss most about Cory is, of course, our coffees at Calvino. We meet every day and have coffee. And Cory likes to be very flexible, so sometimes it's 3:33, sometimes it's 3:32, 3:34, and I never really know. And I always usually get his coffee for him. He loves that hazelnut latte with a few extra squirts of hazelnut. And of course it's soy milk because, he really likes that diet. Cory's a vegan. And I bring my notebook, he brings his notebook, and we're supposed to talk about MRC, but inevitably he wants to talk about marine life mostly, or he wants to talk about his football team. I'm bad about football, so I can't remember if he likes the Chiefs or the Raiders or something. And of course we all know he really loves his fitness, he really loves his Zumba, so he talks about that a lot. So yeah, I'll definitely miss that.
Well, it's gonna be impossible to imagine the MRC without Cory. Had all the good times with him, recording things in the studio, watching YouTube videos, him making jokes about ponies, his trolling. Just gonna miss him.
The thing that I've learned most from Cory, I think, is mostly, you'd think it'd be about music, but it's not really about music for me. It's more that he's accepting of everyone. I mean, constantly people would come into the room and talk, and I just noticed how, he's just so good with people, and he really cares about everyone, and he's just an example to everyone, and he's helped me through some stuff, and it's really cool to work with him, so yeah.
I first met Cory when I was 17. He seemed like a cool guy. Didn't really talk to him much just because, I was so caught up in whatever it was I was doing. And it was when we came over to our facility we're in now on Ridge Street that I got to know Cory a little better. And he was always semi-quiet, but whenever he did speak, everything came out really sarcastic and cynical and just straight out just funny. And I really liked that dry sense of humor he had, and I wanted to learn it, I guess. How can I go toe to toe with him when having a conversation? Since then, I've learned it, but he's always still a step ahead of me. I can't keep up with him. But you know, I hang in there now. I could always go to Cory about something that you know, I was dealing with, because Cory's always right. I mean, he is. But it's those times when he's not and you are, it makes you feel like a champion.
Well, one thing about Cory is that he's always amazing at mastering new tasks, and he likes a good challenge, and he always does a phenomenal job, you know, completing tasks. And you know, we all know he wears a Superman cape around here, and he stashes it in the closet, and he goes into the closet and changes from his Clark Kent disguise and becomes Superman. So we like to give him new tasks just to test him and to keep him on his toes. So one day I said to him, you know, Cory, there's a little task that we need to have done, and as a small organization, you know, we try to save money, and there's certain things that if we can do it, we'll try to do it. So in the handicap bathroom, the toilet paper roll was broken one day, and I said, Cory, do you want to take this on? And we both looked at it, and he said, hey, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. And so we had to put new screw holes in, and so he went back to show me his handiwork, and the toilet paper roll holder was definitely off kilter, kind of slanted in a sort of funky way, and he was laughing and said, well, I didn't exactly get it right. And so, you know, I was laughing too, because it was one of the few moments in 10 plus years that I've worked with Cory that he didn't get something exactly right. So, you know, we celebrate the fact that Cory's human, and we look at that toilet paper roll holder and think that, you know, it's good to know he's like the rest of us.
Hey Cory, just get a little message to my roommate, the guy I've shared an office with for the last 10 years, a right-hand man, the Robin to my Batman, the Aquaman to my Superman, the Butthead to my Beavis. Just like to say that 10 years have been great. We've grown together. We went from going to lunch all the time to you standing in my wedding this past year. I can be where I am as an engineer without you. I came in knowing a little bit, thinking I knew a lot, and you showed me that I knew a little bit and I needed to know a lot more. And you were very patient with teaching me all the things that you knew. And as it should be, the grasshopper has now surpassed the master. No, but seriously, I owe it all to you, and I appreciate you educating me on guitar and music that I wasn't into, and challenging me to be a better person and not settle into a rut. You always questioned what I was doing and made me question what I was doing to make sure I was doing the right thing, and it was all out of love, and I couldn't have asked for anything better for a roommate for the last 10 years.
I just found out that you're leaving, Cory, but I've been privileged to know you for as long as I have, for over 8 years now, I guess, and I know I have not been always the most agreeable person to get along with, just due to, I guess, maybe being a little bit of a goofball, sometimes not knowing when to be serious, when to not be serious, and I'm just glad that I can call you a friend, and I hope you visit after you move on to your new job, and that it works out really well for you over there.
So I think MRC will be a very different place without Cory, and I think one thing that will be really strange is when alumni come back, and for the past 10 years they've always come back and visited and bounded down the hallway to see Cory, and he's always still there. And it's going to be sad when alums come back and visit and they realize that Cory's not there anymore, since he's been such a part of the MRC family and reliable, and has just come to be synonymous, I think, with so many kids of what the MRC is. So I think it will be tough as we move on, but word may not spread that quickly to some of the people on the outskirts of the MRC family. So we'll have to kind of relive Cory's departure over and over as different kids come back. So definitely be missed.
Let me see. Cory, you were the first person to greet me when I first came to the MRC in general. Remember having discussions about how obsessed I was with Marilyn Manson at the time, and how I thought that you were the coolest person ever because you said that you'd seen him in concert. You're also a cynical jerk, but that's what makes you hilarious and amazing. And I feel like it's just gonna be hectic when you disappear, because you're kind of the bond that keeps the entire MRC together. So I'm gonna miss you. I know I cried when I was told that you were leaving, so.
Cory, I know you're going to do well whatever you pursue, and just really happy we've had you here for as long as we have, and I hope you'll stay involved. Good luck with everything.
Nothing really changed with Cory except for his haircut and his shirts and his shoes. And you watched him grow into this man who led this organization. And I'm always gonna appreciate my time with him. 10 years is definitely not enough.
Wish you the best, and the MRC is not going to be the same without you, but you're here forever as far as I'm concerned. So you already know what it is. You got my number. Peace.
Cory, may the force be with you. Have the best of luck in whatever you want to do next. And, well, that's about it.
What you say?